I have mixed feelings about student loans. I know that given the current cost of tuition, and even the cost back when I went to school, most of my classmates would not have been able to become doctors without them. But I've watched them financially cripple so many of my colleagues that it is hard not to hate them. Spending student loan money in medical or dental school feels like paying Monopoly with fake money. Despite the fact that you're burning through tens of thousands per year, it doesn't feel like you're spending all that much because the school takes their cut first and then passes on the little that is left to you. Most medical and dental students are spending more of that Monopoly money per year than they have ever made in their entire life. However, it is critical for the student to realize that everything they buy in medical or dental school really costs twice or even 3 times as much as you think due to the effects of compound interest on the debt. Student loans cannot be ignored as much as we want to. Sticking your head in the sand like an ostrich won't make them go away. The best thing to do is sit down with your partner if you have one, pour yourself a cold beverage of your choice, and figure out where you stand. Write down all of your debts one by one. List the amount owed, the monthly payments if there are any, and the interest rate. Add it all up. Face it head on. Then and only then can you start developing a plan to address them. The most important question when developing that plan is whether or not you will be going for public service loan forgiveness. The program is for those who will work for a nonprofit or a government agency after their training and could be worth hundreds of thousands of tax-free dollars to you. In order to obtain it, you want to enroll in an income-driven repayment program as soon as possible, so you make as many tiny payments during your training as possible. Only federal direct loans are eligible, so you cannot refinance the loans you hope to have forgiven. Be sure to keep careful records of every payment made as well as your annual PSLF certification form, and save up what I call a PSLF side fund in case something happens to the program and you are not grandfathered into the old terms, or just in case you decide to take a job at a for-profit employer. Most doctors, however, will be paying back their loans. They can refinance their private loans anytime they can get a lower interest rate. Some companies offer special low payments during residency, just like the federal income-driven repayment programs. Federal loans can also be safely refinanced once you are sure you aren't going for public service loan forgiveness. If still in residency, be sure to compare the refinanced rate to the effective rate under the revised pay-as-you-earn program, which provides an interest rate subsidy to many residents. You can find the best refinancing deals I could negotiate for you with all of the best lenders at the White Coat Investor website under the Recommended tab. This will not only give you a lower rate, but also a few $100s in cash that I want you to apply to your loan balance. If you need some student loan specific advice from a specialist, I have a list of advisors I trust under that same tab. If you're an intern married to another earner and considering public service loan forgiveness, spending $500 talking to one of those folks is highly likely to save you a lot of money. I generally recommend you pay off your student loans within 2 to 5 years of residency graduation. The only way to do that while also maxing out your retirement accounts is to live like a resident. This is the easiest, most reliable way to become wealthy as a physician. Some people advocate carrying the debt for a while and investing because perhaps you can earn a higher return with your investments. However, I cannot recall ever meeting a doctor who regretted getting those student loans out of her life quickly. The financial muscles you develop paying off your loans are the same ones you will use to become wealthy. And besides, you really aren't done with med school until you paid for it. Keep your head up and your shoulders back. You can get this student loan monkey off your back. The entire White Coat Investor community is rooting for you. Thank you for choosing to be a doctor. You knew it wasn't going to be an easy road when you started down it, and it doesn't become any easier just because you finish residency. The challenges are different, but if you can survive residency, you can certainly handle those loans. Make your plan to do so today. And if your plan involves refinancing your loans, go to the White Coat Investor student loan refinancing page and get started today. You won't regret it.